Hi everyone, Janie here. Welcome back to my garden. It is a crisp, foggy, cold morning this morning, but we have so much going on today at the property. I'm not even cold at all. So you can see behind me, we have a couple guys here. They are getting started on the dry creek bed. They're digging out the spots for the boulders to kind of sink into and making some berms, which was a couple of your suggestions to make berms along the dry creek bed to make it look a little bit more natural. So thank you for that suggestion. We are going to put down landscape fabric and then they're going to spread the rocks. Yes, Jason and I could have done this ourselves, but it would have taken a very long time. And so these are the same gentlemen that helped us shore up the fence over in the secret garden. And so we asked if they could help us out. And they said, of course. We are having a skid steer delivered any minute now. And that is to remove some of the soil from this berm right here. This is where we've been putting all of our excess soil as we've been digging out the dry creek bed and digging out the pathways, because we knew we wanted the gazebo to be elevated, to be, you know, like a high point in the garden, especially because this garden is so incredibly flat. We wanted a little bit of height difference, but we put too much soil there. So we had to rent like a dumpster for soil. I forget what you call it, but basically a dumpster for soil. And then we got this skid steer, and then we're going to remove some of this soil. And then the crew here is going to be installing posts down to the ground, and then in like almost like a patio cover of wood, and that's what the gazebo is going to sit on. So very, very exciting day. I'm going to try and get as much footage as I can without bothering them. but yeah. And then while I'm kind of working around here, I am going to be doing a couple things. Like I want to cut back my grasses. These are totem pole grasses growing up in my zigzag planter in between the daffodils. Those need to be cut back. I've got other grasses over there that need to be cut back. So I'm just going to try and get some stuff done while kind of coordinating all of this. Okay, I'm just out front waiting to flag down the delivery guy for the skid steer. It's hard for people to find our house. We live out in the country, and sometimes GPS doesn't work. So I tend, whenever we have deliveries like this, I tend to just be the weird lady that stands out here and flags people down. Hey.
Hey.
Where are you going?
I gotta go to Ace real quick.
Why?
We need PVC for the irrigation tubing so it doesn't get crushed by the rocks.
Okay, so when the irrigation tubing crosses the dry creek bed?
Yeah.
We probably should have thought of that in advance.
I thought like a trench would do good enough, but
yeah,
PVC is probably better.
I think so. Okay, see you soon.
All right, bye.
Okay, they're here. You know I'm excited to drive a skid steer again. Okay, hello, old friend. Using these things is so fun. Okay. All right, well, I showed Julio how to use the skid steer, so now I don't get to use it anymore. Maybe when he's on break, I'll play with it for a little bit. So these guys are working on laying out the landscape fabric. Looks so good. And Julio's working on cutting back some of the, or not cutting back, taking out some of the soil. Exciting. Okay, well, while the guys are working on that, I might as well get some work done myself. Okay, progress update. I have Monty on a leash because of the skid steer, but look how good this is looking. Oh my gosh. So we have all these rocks here that were actually put in, they were in concrete. They used these as a border. The previous, well, I don't know who installed it, previous owners or 2 owners ago. And we have knocked out all the concrete all around these rocks, and we're going to put these rocks in the dry creek bed as well. So it'll be a nice mix of everything. Oh, I'm really excited. What do you smell, bud? There's so much going on, huh? Okay, and then you can see over here how much of the soil has been removed. So the dumpster actually that we got is already full, but that's okay because pretty much the rest of the soil we're just gonna kind of spread out so that it's not flat and then all of a sudden the gazebo up on stilts. It's gonna be kind of like a hill, the gazebo, and then a hill on the other side. So I'm gonna be able to plant all around the gazebo, and I'm gonna have vines growing up the gazebo. So that should be really, really beautiful. Monty, come on, hop up. Come on, get up. Get up there, go. Woo! What is it? Oh my God. It's a pile of dirt. Oh my gosh. What is it? Oh, and then I wanted to show you guys what we did around the Vigo beds. So we had plans to put gravel around the Vigo beds, to put kind of like a board and then have gravel in here. But the gazebo, this whole project ended up going a little bit over budget. So we decided to take away this project for this year and instead put wood chips all around it, which I think it looks pretty good. So the reason why we did this is because the Vigo beds were on concrete and the drainage was kind of staining the concrete and it just kind of looked a little messy. So we decided just to put free wood chips. I mean, it cost absolutely nothing. And so now it just looks, I don't know, just a little bit neater. I still want to do gravel. I am eventually going to do gravel, and there's going to be gravel, the same gravel around these raised beds right here. But I don't think we're going to get that done this year. I think we're just going to focus on the center island. The truck is back here, obviously, to stay out of the way of the skid steer, but I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks nice. And we did put some hardware cloth. There's a drainage, an area drain right here, and we put hardware cloth over it so it doesn't get clogged up. I think it's nice. Oh, and my Victorian lady flowering maple. Is this not the most beautiful flower? I love this thing. Okay, you guys, this is the most disjointed video. I'm really sorry, but I ended up getting in there and helping the guys out, moving the rocks and stuff. I was using the Bobcat to move the rocks and then placing the rocks exactly where they need to go, just because I wanted it to look pretty. They just left for the day. They are so much fun. They are really fun guys to hang out with. They'll be back tomorrow to continue working on the base of the gazebo. The gazebo is getting delivered tomorrow, but the dry creek bed is pretty much done. It's very exciting. All right, so here it is. Very exciting. So I'm still got to get in here and I still got to kind of move things around and adjust things. You can see kind of this pile of soil on either side. These are the berms we were trying to make, and I'm going to put, mulch over it and make it look a little bit better. But I'm really happy with it. I think it looks good. I think it looks natural. I didn't want it to look like, like one strip of rocks all the same size. I wanted it to kind of look like nature had done this, which is, I think it turned out pretty nice. We still got to work over there at the part over by where the gazebo is going to go. So we will work on that. So you can see there's a pile of rocks across the way. Luckily, Michael Glassman said if I had extra rocks to put the rocks over here on this side of the driveway. These haven't been placed. We just put them in a pile because we were getting tired. But basically what we wanted it to look like is that the dry creek bed was coming from the gazebo, came this way, dove underneath the driveway. So the driveway is kind of like a bridge over the dry creek bed, and then it ends over here. So I got to get another big rock for over here and then kind of place these so it looks almost like the end of the creek, like the culmination of the creek, if that makes sense. So anyway, look how good that looks. Doesn't that look beautiful? And so then the gazebo is going to go right at the other end of the dry creek bed, and man, what a difference, huh? Here it is from this angle over here. That rock I was messing with, I'm gonna I'm gonna mess with that a little bit more, but you can see it really pretty. And then the pathway is gonna go right there. We're gonna have 2 stepping stones over the dry creek bed, and then kind of like I don't know what you call it, a place that I'm going to put a bench, basically, is what's going to go on the other side. So it's the pathway is basically crossing the dry creek bed. Then coming over here, they used the skid steer to clean out this whole area, which I'm surprised they went so deep as they did, but they said that they needed to do that to put the posts in. So that's what they're doing tomorrow, is they're going to sink the posts into the ground. The gazebo is a hexagon shape. So what is that? 6 posts, right? And we're going to have 2 steps over here on this side. So it's going to be step, step, and then up into the gazebo. You can see the leftovers of the palm tree. This is the palm tree stump. Isn't that funny? That just seems like so long ago. There's the palm tree stump. So that will just be located underneath the gazebo once they get the gazebo floor in. Let me show you the dry creek bed from this way. This is all going to be spread out. Don't worry about that. That's all going to be spread out even. Look how good that looks. Oh, I love it. And then I'll show you one more angle from the pathway here. Whew, I can feel I'm tired. I'm dragging my feet. So it's going to come here, and then here we'll have the 2 stepping stones right over to where there's going to be a bench right there. Neat, huh? I'm super excited about it. You can see what a mess I am, and I didn't work anywhere near as hard as those guys did. All right, so that is going to be it for today's video. Again, I'm sorry for the super disjointed video. I just thought it would be fun for you all to see the dry creek bed going in. So I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope you have a chance to get in your garden today.